Gordon Ramsay making an omelet.
Alright, well, the reason that we're making this video is a couple weekends ago we went to visit my friends Liz and Dan, and we had brunch at this place called the Quilted Bear. And the brunch was quite good, except the guy at the omelet station had no clue how to make an omelet, which was very surprising to me. Then I turn on Anthony Bourdain about a week later, and he has a show, a special where he was showing people how to make fundamental things. And he was having famous chefs show people how to make like spaghetti and all kinds of other dishes. And the guy that was showing how to make an omelet also was not making an omelet correct. So apparently there's a need for somebody to show people how to make an omelet correctly. So for the 4 people out there that watch this, you'll know how to make an omelet, at least the way they teach you at Highland High School. So, and I'll do it a little slower than I normally do, but an omelet should be made really quickly. And I'll kind of talk through what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. First thing is I usually use 3 eggs as opposed to 2. The reason for that is it just coats the pan better. It's a little bit thicker omelet, so it's easier to work with. There's less chance it's going to break. So basically you're going to crack your egg into a bowl.
Why are you cracking it into a ball?
So you have something to mix it in. Now, when I'm really lazy and I'm being a bachelor, I'll just crack it straight in the pan and mix it in there, but it doesn't come out as well. So we've got 3 eggs in there. Now, one of the other things that I see a lot of people do is they put milk in their omelets. Milk is for scrambled eggs. It makes the scrambled eggs creamier. With an omelet, you want an omelet to be fluffy, so you don't want to use milk. What you want to use is about 1 teaspoon of water per egg. And what's going to happen is that water is going to boil away as the omelet cooks, and it's going to make it fluffy. It's going to leave little pockets of air in there. And of course, it really doesn't have to be exact. Ideally, you'd have a whisk. Again, I'm a single guy. I don't have a whisk. So we're just going to use a fork. Ideally, you'd probably also have a bigger bowl than this, which was pointed out to me as we were getting ready to make the video. Again, single guy, don't have big mixing bowls. The goal, obviously, is to mix it so that it's all yellow and you don't have any spots of clear, because obviously the spots of clear will turn into white spots when you cook the omelet. So you want to mix it really, really well. One of the other things that you should do is you want to preheat the pan as well. The pan should be very, very hot. And again, that's part of the omelet cooking quickly. So while I'm whipping this, and I would imagine the whipping process adds air to it as well. Again, it's that whole light and fluffy thing. Also, if you wanted to add some seasoning into the batter, you could certainly do that. I'm going to put a little salt in here. Probably even add like a little bit of Frank's Tabasco, or Frank's hot sauce or Tabasco sauce, or things like that. An egg whisker would certainly be helpful, but that's pretty well mixed. Again, not necessarily a whole lot of egg and yolk separation in there. You also don't want to do this, from my understanding, in a plastic bowl. There's something about the fats combining with the plastic, so that anytime you use that plastic bowl in the future for anything else, chemically the recipe for your next dish would not come out correctly. The way that I test the pan to see if the pan's hot enough is flick a little water in there. That's almost ready. You basically want the water, when you flick it in there, to boil away almost immediately. So that's pretty much ready there. You want to use a little bit of butter or margarine on the bottom of the pan so that the omelet doesn't stick. I'd even put a little up the sides just in case you have more egg than you think you have, which I probably do in this case. Obviously you want to use a plastic spatula so you don't scratch the bottom of the pan. And then we're going to let it get a little bit back up to temperature, because I'm sure the butter cooled it down a bit. So that's starting to cook, and what you'll see is almost instantaneously a lot of the egg cooks when it hits the pan. Probably should have had the pan a little bit hotter. Now what you want to do is you want to start pushing the egg that is cooked back and tipping the pan a little bit so that the egg that hasn't cooked fills in those spots so it has a chance to cook. You can also pop little bubbles in the middle. And everybody likes a little bit different moisture in their omelet, so this is a bit runny for me, so I'm still going to be cooking it a little bit. Some people are fine with that, but there's not too much more cooking to be done. Okay. Have that. And of course, like any good cooking show, I've had my assistant prepare all the ingredients over here. So we have some ham, in general, what you want to do is only put ingredients in half the omelet, because of course we're going to fold it over. And obviously, if there are ingredients that you want warm, you could cook them before you put them in. The guy at the Quilted Bear put them in with the egg batter, which is what made his omelets look like shit. So I wouldn't recommend that. The eggs in there. Now we're going to flip this over, and of course, this is a little bit the thinner side, and if it breaks, it's fine, because this is going to be the bottom, so we're good with that. But at didn't break. You do want your omelet a little browned, which is why you want to leave it a little moist on the inside. And then the most precarious part of an omelet's life is when you take it out of the pan. So you want to make sure that it's moving freely on its own. Well, not on its own, you don't want it walking around or anything, but you want to make sure that it can slide around. And then usually what I do is I cheat a little bit, and I do that. And that's your omelet.
Bada bing, bada boom.
So, there you go. You put some toast on there, and you're good to go.